almost at the end then. So I guess
honourable mentions.
What hasn't made the list is coming up next, and
let's go in reverse order this time, maybe.
Yeah,
Turbo.
Oh, what do I have that didn't make the list? Oh, let's go through here. So there's a couple of like interesting ones here. Probably the most recent one is Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment. I am currently in the midst of playing through that one on stream at www.twitch.tv/TurboDrive Live, and I'm doing a lot of plugging in this.
Yeah, I really
stream.
should be doing more for the LMC stream, really.
Well, this is an LMC thing, surely, but it's been ingrained.
Yeah, we're at twitch.tv/last minute continue. Anyway.
I know, we'll splice some ads in.
Yeah. Yeah, the Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. I mean, if you liked Hyrule Warriors and Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, it's pretty much the same, effectively. You know, I've seen it to be the same. It has a few tweaks here and there to shake it up a little bit, in terms of like progression and stuff like that. But relatively, it's almost the same as Age of Calamity, effectively. The game that it was in like select territories for like months on end, almost a year, Sonic Rumble finally made its worldwide release, and that finally got something. However, it's definitely, it could be better.
They're definitely looking at the feedback.
I mean, it's free to play, but by God, it's a bit
heavy on the microtransactions.
I don't want to say pay to win. Because the skins that you get are not doesn't determine whether or not you win a game.
Which is what everyone thought on release, which says more about bad PR rather than.
Yeah. I mean, I think I did the look at the numbers, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty much close to what Valorant does for its weapon skins and stuff, but it's like, that's egregious as it is.
Yeah. I played the intro and nothing more.
Yeah, it's only if you want to have better rankings at the end of stages. If you buy those skins and buying the premium skins, because they add to a percentage multiplier for your score, and then that score obviously determines your ranking, and depending on the ranking, you can get rewards out of that. That's the only thing. It doesn't make you any better at the game. You can still get like an S, an S ranking if you have about 10 certain skins that'll get your percentage up to like 500%, or 500% bonus or whatever.
I will say I find it very odd that the starting character you're given is a random
Oh yeah, it's just a random avatar character.
It's like, surely you start with Sonic.
Not Sonic.
But I would have even accepted.
Nah, you got earn. You have to earn for the premium characters.
Well, I would have even understood if you started as Tails.
I mean, heck, I had to. It took me a wee while to get Blaze.
I can understand.
Just bog standard.
To
Blaze.
be fair, they do give you Sonic and Tails fairly quickly. Yeah, but still, it's a Sonic game. Let me play as Sonic to start with.
Anyway, but if everyone's Sonic, it's not special anymore.
It doesn't matter. That's why you have the different costumes.
His name's in the goddamn title. Another game we were hinting at it earlier. Mario Kart World.
Yeah.
It's like the game that is the only game. It's the only game where you would need to buy a whole totally new system to play. I mean, granted, Donkey Kong Bonanza was that as well.
Technically, yeah.
You need a whole new system to play that, but no, Mario Kart was the starting point of hey, you want to play this game? You have to buy a whole new system to play it. And after playing it a bit, I have not returned to it for the longest time. Like, Crossworlds obviously replaced it, because I have more fun with Crossworlds than I do with Mario Kart.
And that's been...
In fact, that's always been my mantra. I've always enjoyed Sonic racing games over the Mario Kart games.
What I found interesting is that has been true with other people. I know people, I follow a load of people for various reasons, but there's quite a few who have been diehard. No, Mario Kart is always better. Mario Kart is always better. And this has been the one time where they've gone, actually, I'm enjoying Sonic Cross Worlds more. Because they've done what I want.
It's not as over. It's just. I wouldn't say it's overcomplicated and whatnot. It's not engaging well enough in my eyes.
As I said, I think the other big thing is, yes, there are still people who complain on Sonic Cross Worlds. Why can't I just run around the same track 3 times? But at least they were basically saying this is the whole point of the game. Like, we're not trying to go, oh, you might be able to do that, and it's like, no, this is the whole gimmick of the game. You either like it or you don't. Like, the one thing I really want them to do in Sonic Cross Worlds is let us make our own Grand Prix so we can have our own final track with 3 different things. I think that would be quite cool.
Yeah. Last couple of things. Vanity Fair: The Pursuit. I only played that for simply having a platinum called The Platinum Pursuit. It's like that's the only reason why I played that game this year, and it came out this year. And it's basically a visual. It's not even a visual novel. It's like it's a FMV kind of like make your choice kind of like game. There's like, you know, very very basic kind of like gameplay stuff. And lastly, the only other remake / remaster I played this year was My Name is Mayo Remayo.
I forgot about that.
It's just funny that has a remaster or a remake, or whatever. And kudos to the guy, because it is just one guy who developed the game. And the funny part, the funny bit to it is, or the most interesting part of that game has always been the credits, because the guy just, because of how little the credits is normally, the guy just like has like an entire, you know, like diary worth of credits to kind of like talk about certain things that was going on in his life and whatever, and it's like it's really engaging and whatnot, and that was the highlight for me. Everything else was funny and whatnot. There was a couple of new things that they added in. He added in pachinko.
Mayo Pachinko. Cool.
Yeah, Mayo Pachinko. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I mean, it's just My Name is Mayo. It's just a silly.
I'll be honest. Watching your playthroughs of that just makes me want to try it just for the giggles. I don't care about the platinums. Yeah. I just feel like,
Oh, I mean, granted, you'll get the platinum easy. Yeah. You know, it's just it's stupidly easy. It's like 2 hours, less even.
Yeah, but it's the stress on the controller that I'm worried about. Because I will tell you, I have broken 3 controllers this year on the PlayStation. Admittedly, they're all controllers I've had for a while.
You must be mashing those control buttons hard and whatnot, because those button presses are supposed to last over.
To be fair, it's been the control stick on all of them that is broken.
No. Oh, it's a control stick. Okay, then. Well, it's just then the buttons. Then you're fine.
They should be,
because they're supposed to last. How many presses? I think it's like 50,000 presses or something like that.
True. But yeah.
So. But no, that's my games that are honorable / dishonorable, whatever you like to call it, for this year.
No, the dishonorable mentions are the ones that we're just like, no, this was a bad game.
I didn't really have any of that.
No,
really, honestly. So. What about you, Earth? What stuff didn't get into your top 5?
Like I said, my number 5 was quite difficult because there was 2 other games that were kind of vying for that spot. One of them was actually a gift from Shadow Fox, and that is 2 Point Museum.
Yes.
Genuinely, I like that a lot more than I've enjoyed 2 Point Hospital, because I quite like the way they've changed the mechanic of you are running the museum, but you've got this side game where you have to not sacrifice staff, but you have to take staff away from your museum to go and actually search for the stuff you need to make your museum. And it's quite a nice mechanic of needing to go out, re-get stuff, etc., etc. So, I haven't got very far in the game because it has been one of my lunchtime work games. So I'm still not that far into it, but the fact that I keep going back is a good sign. One that I got gifted by another friend was an interesting indie game called Haste, where you play as a girl, and someone described it to me as a proper infinite runner, and I don't think it really does that justice. What it is yes, your character runs, but the idea is that you're meant to jump off of things and then land back to maintain your speed. So if you land at something at a right angle, you're going to lose health and smash your face in and lose your speed. If you fall down onto a downward slope, you're going to keep increasing your speed, and it's about running through the level and maintaining that speed while the world closes in behind you. Now, the reason this didn't quite make my list is, as much as I enjoyed it, the boss battles and stuff are brutal, and I could not finish this game. Now, they have added co-op, so I'm interested to try that with the mate that got me this, but I enjoyed it. Worth having a look, but it's a weird recommendation. We already mentioned Silk Song. The other one, and to be honest, this one probably could have made the list. This might have replaced Monster Hunter Wilds if I had started it more than a week ago. This is just creeping onto my recommended list because I've only played it for a week, but I've been thoroughly enjoying it, and I want to see what more the game has. And it is called Ball X Pit. The best description I can give is, do you remember the game Breakout?
Oh, yes. You're talking the
paddle with a ball that you hit bricks.
Yeah.
Imagine that, but give it RPG elements.
Okay.
So essentially, it is Breakout, but your balls have stats. So for instance, your starting character is the knight. His starting strong ball is a spike ball, which makes characters bleed, so they take damage over time. But you can get poison balls, you can get electric balls, you can get brood balls, which split into tiny balls when they hit something. And is
it just Vampire Survivors but with balls?
It's not. Yeah, it's not quite that, but it's fairly similar, to be honest.
Yeah, it kind of has the same vibe going for it.
It's like you because you kind of level up as you progress through your run in that.
Yes,
so
it's kind of similar to that, but it has two different things to kind of add on top of it. So the first one is runs are quite short. You basically have various enemies and then 3 bosses that increase in difficulty. But then outside of that, you have a base building thing. So you collect money in the game, you then build resources, which you can then use to unlock new characters and boost the stats of your characters before they go into the dungeons, as the dungeons get harder. The other big mechanic is, so you have very limited inventory slots. You can have 4 balls and 4 items. However, once you max out the level of balls, you can fuse them into, and just basically combine them into 2 things. So I can combine my spike ball and a lightning ball, which just does damage to additional enemies. Combine them into one, and now my lightning ball will also make people bleed. There are, however, special combos that don't count as combining 2 balls. It's creating a new ball out of 2 components, which you can then, when that levels up, combine with the other balls. So, for instance, I can combine... what's one of the ones I use often? I combine Poison Ball with a Laser Ball, which creates kind of a weird reactor that just poisons radioactive poison bomb. I then combine it again with another laser to just make it hit all the enemies at the same time and poison them all.
It sounds like some kind of Binding of Isaac.
It's somewhere
item combinations.
Yeah, it's somewhere between kind of. Vampire Survivors is a good allegory, but it's somewhere between that and something like Binding of Isaac. It's hard to explain, but I've genuinely been having a lot of fun, and all the characters have different. They start with a different ball, and they have some kind of gimmick to them. So, one of the ones I'm having the most fun with, but I don't remember his name. His balls go through enemies until it hits. No, that's a different one. No, his balls go through all the enemies unless they hit a wall, at which point they'll bounce. So you can use that to just set everything up at the back and just keep it bouncing continuously. but if your rows get too low, that's quite bad. And there's another one that's like, oh, if it hits the back wall, it immediately returns to you, so you can't use those tactics. But yeah, it's a fun little one. But yeah, I've only been playing it a week, so it hasn't quite made the list. It might have done if I'd had more time with it. Shadowfox.
Hey, well, to say both of the remakes that I did play this year, the honourable mentions. The Oblivion was this year, which is probably...
I did play a bit of that. I haven't I've had time to install it, unfortunately.
I think Oblivion is like the more direct sort of remake, I'll say. It seems to be pretty much exactly the same as it was, just look with
spit and polish.
A new coat of paint. Yeah, a new coat of paint over the top of it. And the other one was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. I guess it's a remake, kind of redoing, because it is... Yeah. I think because I came into Tony Hawk's kind of around the 3 era, so that one was like my favourite growing up. And again, like, I definitely put that one as the better one of the remakes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it was good to like skate around and get those tracks playing again. Like, oh my god, that's true nostalgia for me, because it felt just the same. Other games, there was Rift of the Necrodancer.
Yeah, I've yet to get to that.
Sort of spin-off of the Crypt of the Necrodancer that we've both talked about and played.
Yeah, which also got new DLC alongside Rift of the Necrodancer this year.
Yes, it did.
Shovel Knight DLC, because he's still relevant, right?
Yeah, I mean, sure. It is a fun one, but goddamn, it is way harder than I would expect it to be. So like it's a 3-track Guitar Hero style thing, but rather than but when you hit the left, middle, or right thing, when the enemy appears, depending on what the enemy is, depends on, well, like
they're not all one hit
changes
kills.
How it reacts. Yeah. So, for example, hey, your standard slime, your standard basic green slime, you press a button, it dies. Fantastic. You hit the blue one, you hit it once, it doesn't die. You need to hit it on the next note, it dies. And the gold one is 3, so 1, 2, 3. And like, all right, that's cool. Now, what about the bat? The bat, when you hit it, if it's the blue one, it dies. Same as a regular slime. If it's a red one, when you hit it, it'll go back a space and jump the track in like a direction. And then you hit it again, and it'll jump back to that first track again. It alternates its face. But then the gold one, each time you hit it, it keeps facing the same way. So it goes from left track, middle track, right track, or right track, middle track, right track, middle track, left track, or it'll loop around the side. And you're like zombies that bounce along the track so that every note they get closer to you, they jump left or right, and they might loop around the track. And it's like the amount of things you're juggling in your head with the enemies is actually kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, I've seen it. And some of the faster tracks, I mean, call back to one of, I think maybe last year's game. They've done quite a few collabs. One of them is with Pizza Tower, and oh yeah, how you're supposed to do the Death That I Deserve Aioli with that is just...
It's a little too much for me, I'll say. It is fun on like the regular difficulties and some of the harder ones, but yeah, it's I don't know. It requires people with much faster fingers. I will give out a shout to Atomfall.
Fair.
Seeing as you, it was fun. It has the sort of We Happy Few sort of BioShock kind of Fallout vibes.
I honestly didn't realise you'd played it.
No, I played it, yeah. It's, I enjoyed the fun characters. Combat was absolutely fine. I think there was just a few glitches and bugs I kind of kept walking into that caused me some issues. So that's like,
fair.
Yeah. The one game I also will shout out that almost scraped onto the list was Ina Dream Barbecue, which is an absolute surreal mess of a game based on the Ina YouTube animations. The character Ina herself or itself or themself or whatever is basically a Picasso Cubist painting come to life with multiple personalities split down the middle, but like what personality crops up varies from video to video and all that stuff. All the other characters are crazy. In the game there was a wizard who clones himself a lot. You've got in the videos you have the talking moon. I think there was definitely multiple languages in the game. There was some Russian, there was some Japanese. Because the whole point is you're trying to find the boss. You're your boss for your job. But before going that, you need to find the genie, but you can't find the genie because every time you try and say genie, the word gets replaced with bathroom in this world that you're in. And it's just it's a complete mind mess.
I think I've seen this. I think someone put this on their list of top horror games of the year.
I mean, it's surreal, and you can definitely kind of feel the unsettle. Yeah. It's unsettling. It's not horror. It's just unsettling. But yeah, I mean, if the first chapter came out, but I mean, there's about there's about an hour's worth of footage of. I'm going to call it the animated show, which kind of dabbles from absurdity to unsettling weirdness. If you kind of like that, you can go ahead and try Dream Barbecue out.
There. Well, number ones then. What are the games of this year?
Yes. I certainly had to. I almost could have cheated. And I could have said my top one game was my top 1 and 2 if it was a. But I'm officially going to group it all together now, seeing as it has actually released after. I think the original Chapter 1 came out in 2017. I think it was.
I completely forgot this game came out this year and is on my to-do list, which I'm never going to get around to.
Yes. My number 1 game of the year is Deltarune. And I think I'm gonna say I'm locking it in now because Chapter 5 is coming out next year. It was meant to come out kind of with this one, but like the game is released now, so you probably won't appear next year. You'll be an honourable mention.
Fair, no, that's fair.
Yeah, but yes. So yeah, if you've been living under a rock, Deltarune is the way to describe it would be almost sort of like a visual novel with bullet hell combat and other mini games. Would be
That's one way to put it. It's an RPG technically.
Technically, yes. And huge spoilers, you control Chris. Which, depending on your understanding of that statement, is a spoiler.
I mean, I know a number of Chris's in my time, but, I know ones that punch boulders. So
I've played chapters 1 and 2. I haven't played the 2 new chapters, so...
Yeah, and I'd say yes. That would be a spoiler for Chapter 1, which if you've not played at this point, it was free. It's been out 8 years. You either know it or you don't. But yeah. You control Chris, but you play as the soul. You go around it. Pretty much, you go around. The gameplay is you go around, you talk to everyone, you find out which characters you like. You then go and do all the puzzles and walk around and do the combat. You choose to either murder everyone or save everyone, because doing it half-heartedly is kind of the whatever. Yeah. Then you go around and you find all the secrets for the mini-bosses. You do the mini-boss and you
cry.
Rage at them for a little bit.
I never defeated the first one. I didn't even try the second one.
So here's the first. Okay, so hang on. Difficulty spikes
are weird in that I've heard. Yeah.
So the first secret boss might be the hardest. The third secret boss was definitely harder, I think. But it was mentioned that apparently one of his attacks was a little BS, and they nerfed it a little bit. That being said, how many bosses are there in 3? Technically 2. The first one, before you can get to It's confusing to put it away. But yeah, let's just say the 8-bit boss is harder than the 16-bit boss. But the 16-bit boss has been made easier. The Chapter 4 boss is actually really easy because it doesn't reset your progress after fails. You don't reload the game.
Okay.
So that's a kind of hint to do it. But yeah, I mean, it's Deltarune. You've got a bunch of colourful characters who are hilarious to speak to. We've got the huge mystery of who the knight is, which we're the thing is like you can have a good solid theory, and then the next chapter comes out, and you go, oh,
well,
guess we were wrong. But yeah, no, all the mechanics just feel really good, really polished. Like it changes very rapidly from different kind of puzzles. Like one of them was a simple find the words on the keyboard kind of thing in one world. Then you've got direct the mice to another place, and then come to 3. And you've got darkness puzzles, trying to hit buttons in the dark with echo, like splashing to sonar to your way through. It's just, there's a lot of everything, and like now that we've hit 3, we've kind of hit the story. Chapters 1 and 2 are like wacky adventures, and now 3's like, oh, this is real. This is deep, this is dark. We're kind of, it's still funny.
It's definitely chapter 3 is the turning point of stuff. Strap in for the long haul, people.
Yeah,
it's about to get bumpy.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's like it dives from haha comedy to oh dark, and then in chapter 4 we're into like, oh, we're in deep prophetic, like we're in prophecy levels now, where it's all,
and there's 2 more chapters to go.
Real biblical kind of thing. Fire and brimstones come from the skies, rivers and seas boiling, 40 years of darkness, earthquakes, volcanoes, the dead rising from the graves, hot dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Wait, did you say hot dogs and cats living together?
No,
sure,
like,
why not? but no, I know what you mean. But yeah, I mean, considering what the boss of 4 is, that is pretty damn accurate.
Wait, if the boss of 4 is like God, where are you going with 5 and 6?
Yeah, that's the question. That is a legitimate question that people are asking. It's like, where do we go from here? Don't know. We'll find out together.
Other than a few characters, I've managed to remain pretty much spoiler-free for 3 and 4. So I'm going to try and continue that until I get round to it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you get around to it before it all gets spoiled.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, I mean, Deltarune is absolutely, it might be, I'm going to go ahead and put it as my game of the decade, because it's going to be a decade-long game.
I mean, fair.
From start to finish.
Oh, that's a good point.
But it's definitely my game of this year.
If it's a decade's worth of us doing this show next year, do we have to do, like, the top 5 games from all 10 years?
Oh, God, I have to remember what I picked. I can't remember.
Yeah, we'll have to go back and figure it out. Oh, well. But no, that's another game that I need to get round to. But I think the big problem for me is I don't know where I should be buying it, because like I feel like I could buy it on Switch and it would run fine on a Switch, just so I could have the portability.
It would run fun. Also, the Switch 2 definitely has a different version of the game because of it uses it uses the mouse controllers on it to do the Joy-Cons. They do some funny things with it.
I hate the Joy-Cons.
Yeah,
but no, it's one I'm definitely looking forward to.
Yeah.
All right then. So you may have noticed I've not put a remaster on my list yet. So my number 1 is not a remaster. I don't have any remasters this year.
Hey!
I just genuinely did not find one that could go on the list. But I will say my number 1 is a pretty safe one. It is a sequel that improves upon the original by adding some nice quality of life stuff, but otherwise it just pretty much remains safe. And it has been mentioned, but it wasn't on anyone's list, so it's not a crossover. And that is Power Wash Simulator 2.
Yay!
Genuinely, like the original I got on PS Plus, and I'd always wanted to try it. And I just fell in love with it. It's a nice game to just relax to, and if you just need to just do something a bit mindless and not do anything proper. Where power...
It's like a paint with numbers kind of thing, where it's like, well, the work is kind of just...
Yeah, and...
The canvas is there, you just got to fill it in, or wash it out in this case.
Yeah. So, where it adds some nice quality of life stuff. So, what it does now is once you get below a certain percent, it will highlight the areas automatically and go, hey, something's missing on this section, which is fine for the most part. There are some times where it's like, where on this giant piece of floor have I missed a couple of pixels? Would be nice if you showed me.
I on the first one, like when you got to like 95%, it would start highlighting the areas. Like, these are the dirty bits, but if it was a huge thing and you had like tiny pixels of thing, you'd be like, where is this? I'm looking for the highlight, can't find it.
So this one, what it does is it puts a little crosshair to go, this is the section you need to look at. Because one of the problems with the original one I found was, okay, you could go in the menu and go, oh, it's one of these things. Like, okay, but which one? And yes, it will make it flash subtly, but it wasn't always that obvious, depending on, what it was. In this one, it's just, here is huge orange crosshair. You can turn it off. So, one of the other big changes is there's now there's now 3 levels of power wash, but there's 2 variations. You have your white one. I can't remember the name of that one. It's like the standard power wash one, and that's your all-rounder. Then you've got the urban series, which in the previous game it was like, oh, you did a white one, then the urban one, then the next white one, then another urban one, as you kind of upgraded. Now they've got like 2 on each, like low, mid, and high performance. But what the Urban X changes stuff is, it's not very good at doing wider areas, but it's slightly more powerful for smaller areas, which is, it's a nice distinction. But the other thing they do is you can sell anything you've bought if you're like, I'm really struggling with this. Oh, let's just sell all the older power washers to get a more powerful one and make this easier. So that's really good. They've also changed how the soap dynamic works. You no longer have to buy soap. You do still have to buy the soap attachment for the better ones. But you basically have a limited amount of soap, which then makes it easier to wash stuff off. And once you've washed that soap off, it refills your soap container. So it's much easier. There's also a floor washer. So just like it's basically just
like a buffer kind of thing.
Yeah, so it's like a disc that you can put on the floor, but you can also put on like walls. And what I've used it for mostly is the ceilings, to be honest. But sometimes that was just quite good for just running over an area where it's like, I can't see where I'm missing. Get the giant disc out and just run it over something, and it'll probably pick it up.
It'll buff it out.
Yeah. The achievements are nowhere near as bad as the last one. A lot of levels still have specific achievements, but most of them are like, wash this item first, wash this item last. Don't use a particular washer, or only use a particular washer, which is kind of designed for this level. So that one, all right. It did feel a little bit shorter than the original, but bearing in mind the shorter one had an early access period where they were adding content constantly, and I came into it quite late as well. So by the time
Speaking of content, is there anything from the first game that's transferred over to the second game?
In terms of levels, no. The story...
And you see, that's a missed opportunity there. I think they could have done a... Yeah, remember in Rock Band, where you were able to transfer all of your first game stuff onto the second game?
Yeah.
Well, not like so. It's like I feel as though they could have done.
I feel like that's stuff you can do later as a free update,
unless it's a completely different engine.
It is.
That's okay. Yeah. Then it probably would have been a little more difficult to do.
But you can do that as like a free update later. But the other problem is So when I joined the first Power Wash Simulator, there was already 2 free DLCs. One for what was it for? For Lara Croft, and one for Final Fantasy VII. And obviously they had licensed things when they were owned by Square Enix, but they're no longer owned by Square Enix, so it'd be harder to port those over. What I will say,
I was thinking of like all the other kind of like DLCs that they've had in the last few years.
Although a lot of them have been licensed as well.
Because obviously one of the big ones from the first one was the Shrek one.
Which I've not played. I only bought.
I don't know. I was more into the Wallace and Gromit one.
I've only played the Wallace and Gromit one out of the paid DLCs.
Yeah. So being able to transfer those over to the second game would have been a nice little bonus.
Yeah,
but who knows? Maybe they might get a re-license and
I wouldn't be surprised to see.
Again, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see like a DLC of like classic packs.
Yeah, probably
a discount or something.
But there's enough differences where I suspect they couldn't do that. There's a couple of other things like you've got a new scissor lift. So rather than just having to go up in a ladder, you can now have a scissor lift to make you go up and down at a rate you want.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, the ladder can only go in certain places as well, so you'd kind of have to parkour yourself around and do some weird stuff.
And also, there's like a. It's not. It's like a. It's basically something that you can attach to a wall that allows you like vertical movement rather than horizontal movement. It's a bit weird. There is a storyline again. It is a sequel, storyline wise. Which explains why you have the mayor's old cat and now 2 other cats called Bubble and Squeak.
Oh, yeah.
The original cat is called Ulysses. I won't spoil the storyline, but there is.
He wasn't the 31. He wasn't the 31st one, was he?
I have a feeling the mayor might have been the.
That's a reference. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's like a lot of people will not get that reference.
I don't get what your reference is, but I'm pretty sure they do use that number.
Yeah, it's the
so the mayor
president, isn't it?
There is a storyline. I don't want to spoil too much. It's somewhat irrelevant because you can play the entire game without reading the storyline at all. It follows a nice structure. There's some weird and wacky stuff. There's a lot more interacting with certain stuff. So the other big thing it does is that some levels are kind of sectioned. So because this one's, I think, the second mission in the game, second or third, I feel like this isn't too big a spoiler, but one of your early ones is like, oh yes, we need you to come and clean this building that's in the floor. It's going to be a very quick job. And it's like, okay. So you start cleaning it, it's like, well, this percentage isn't going up very much. But it already comes up very quickly with, oh, you've only got these 3 items left to clean. And then the thing rises out of the floor and goes, haha, it's secretly this. Can you clean the outside of this new bit now? It's like, okay, we'll clean that then. And then it's like, aha, now you've got to clean the inside. We'll open the doors for you. But, okay. That works in some ways for a lot of the levels. That's a good introduction to it, to be fair. The things get interesting. There's nothing massively wacky in this one, I will say. There is definitely references to the old game, because you've got the statues you had to clean in the old one are referenced a fair bit. Most of the wacky stuff mostly comes from Destiny kind of stuff, I think is the way to put it. But I mean, in the end, like, this, it's just a sequel. It sticks fairly close to what it made it good originally. There's a few other little bits, like you can use some of your money to buy furniture to decorate your base as you'd like it. I started doing that and then gave up because I couldn't be bothered. And yeah, it is more of Power Wash Simulator, but I enjoyed Power Wash Simulator enough that this was an immediate buy, and I got through it in like a couple of weeks.
So it still does the same thing where at the end it shows you the time lapse. Yep. Okay, that was
they have structured it a little better now, and I don't think it eats up as much memory as the old one did. Because I managed to crash the PlayStation by trying to do a too complicated one of those. There's also some interesting ways. So now you've now got your own base of operations, and rather than going through the menu to select your missions, you've now got a map on your office wall that shows you the location of all the missions and which ones are the ones that are currently active, and you can just go to them from there, which is quite cool. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward. I'm sure they'll support it the same way as they've done with Power Wash 1, where they'll probably do, like bonus missions for like Christmas and some occasional follow-up stuff. And I'm sure they'll have paid DLC for licensed stuff and maybe even some non-licensed stuff. But generally, it's the one game that I, this year, just basically sat down, enjoyed from start to end, and basically have no complaints. So, Power Wash Simulator 2. You don't need to have played the first one, but you probably should do anyway, because that was also a good game, and you probably get cheaper than 2. Yeah, I literally have no complaints. I love this game. My number 1.
Me.
Well,
do you want to clean this up, Turbo?
I could probably take what you just. I was gonna say, if I take what you just said about the end of Power Wash Simulator 2 and stick it at the end of my number 1, because effectively it's the same kind of like deal. However, it is a very drastically different course, because Shadow Fox, obviously you were talking about a Dino Cop earlier and whatnot, but there was another cop that came around that is just as cool, that came around back in the 80s, that popularized of combining cops with something else. And
I think I know what this is now.
that cop had a game a couple of years ago that I also put in my top 5.
Yes, you did.
Not that year. And by God, has he come back!
Yeah!
Because my number 1 this year is not an expansion. It is a standalone game. It's like it's a crazy how that they made this standalone. This could have been DLC, but no, standalone single release,
standalone expansion, yeah,
bargain price. It was an absolute steal. Loved every single minute of playing through it. It's RoboCop Rogue City Unfinished Business. This game slaps. I love it. I love the original game. I love this one even better. Granted, I didn't put it in a higher difficulty. I didn't need to. I casually just, heck, the default difficulty kicked my ass a couple of times as well. But, no, I love Rogue City. I loved Rogue City, the original one, and I love this standalone expansion. Bargain price, like 25 quid. Like, it's like the amount of content that you get for that is like about good 3-4 hour campaign, maybe more. Going through the whole thing, doing all the extra stuff, getting the platinum for it, simple enough, straightforward. And the pièce de résistance, you can pet a cat.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you
like,
can't do that in Power Wash Sim 2
there
as
is
well.
There is a clip of me out there saying it's like best game of 2025, game of the year 2025 for me.
So you've had pet cats in your top lists quite often, so
effectively, yes, yeah, it is. It tends to be my the quota of things like, is your game of the year material? Can you pet a cat?
Pass.
If so, you're in that list.
This is what I have to do to convince you to play Power Wash Sim 2. Is you get to pet 3 cats.
Yeah.
And there's actually a trophy for petting all 3 cats in your base.
Well, there you go. Well, I'll need to get round to getting that someday then. And then probably play some co-op with you, because I know it's got co-op feature with the first game, so it has to be in the second one as well. Yeah, no, Unfinished Business. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Like, especially like when you like in the first game, you got OCP like boards, whatever, to kind of like make your Auto 9 customizable with different chipsets and stuff like that. And by God, by the end of by end game, I had a fully automatic, unlimited ammo kind of like Auto 9, just brain bullets all over the place and gunning down everyone that was standing
I'm
in front
here
of me.
to deliver
It was
justice
amazing.
with my gun.
I mean, that
just
was
like,
Robocop
just
play.
like how it is for an action 80s action R-rated movie star kind of like thing. It's a power fantasy. It's the ultimate power fantasy in my personal opinion. It was fun.
Well, I don't know. The ultimate power fantasy is Power Wash for Earthheart, apparently.
Not that kind of power fantasy. But no, I absolutely loved it. I had a blast having fun with it. Granted, line delivery and whatnot, it's what it is. Like, you know, they still got the original voice of RoboCop still with it and whatnot. Yeah, he's I don't know if he's phoning it in at points or whatever. There was some unique kind of like flashback segments in the game as well. Like you get to play as Murphy as an actual cop.
Ooh.
In a thing. Yeah, it's like story's a bit, you know, hokey at points, but hey, it's like it's RoboCop. It's supposed to be have a little hokiness.
It's still better than the third movie.
It's still, it's definitely still better than the third, and it's got elements from the third movie as well. Like they introduce the Japanese Roboton or automaton from the third film as an enemy in this
I should
game.
mention I haven't actually ever seen the third film, so I just know it's bad.
No. Well, spoilers. But
nah, it's all good.
Like nobody cares. Yeah, so they do it have like teases because it's still set between 2 and 3, like how the original Rogue City was. So it's obviously just adding on top of what they had for Rogue City to be taking place between 2 and 3, and just building on top of it. It had its own unique kind of thing. It's also borrowing the kind of like storyline from Dread as well, where it's RoboCop in a massive building, going up it to get to the bad guy, whatever. It's pretty much Dread.
That's fair.
In that aspect, and I'm fine with that. I just wish like Dread, like when Dread was new and whatnot, that kind of like idea was made into a game, and we did have something like that. But of course, we have the devs for RoboCop Rogue City Unfinished Business to give us that Dread game, just with a RoboCop skin instead.
Maybe they can do. Maybe they can pitch a Rebellion a game to do a Dread game.
Maybe if they, I mean, the team they've had Terminator and now RoboCop. I mean, if the money's there, you know, and they ask, and Rebellion's willing to, lend them the license to do it, yeah, let them do it. They've been doing bangers. This team.
The thing is, when you started, I was like, oh man, they really should do an action of RoboCop versus Dredd. Then I realized, oh wait, they've done that in comic form already.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, anything from that era there must be a crossover in some form at some legitimate.
I don't know if they've ever done Dredd versus Terminator off the top of my head. I imagine they would have, but
it's not something that's come to my head. I mean, obviously the most popular one was RoboCop versus Terminator.
Yes.
Back in the day, and that was turned into games. So I would think, yeah, they could possibly do a RoboCop.
Have they ever met in Mortal Kombat?
Dread game.
Oh god,
sometime
yeah,
down the
actually,
line,
you
if they
could.
can get that.
Because RoboCop was it. Well, the problem is RoboCop's already been in a Mortal Kombat game.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing. I'm trying to think, like, what in Mortal Kombat, which ones have been in there? Because Terminator was in there.
I think you could, that particular one, you did have RoboCop versus Terminator.
I
think so. You also had
Rambo. Yeah.
Rambo.
Yeah. I think RoboCop was in X?
No, 11.
Or 11. All right.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
Terminator and RoboCop and Rambo were in 11, and I think 10 was Alien vs Predator. And
right. Okay.
Jason or Freddy? I don't remember which one.
Freddy was the one that was simply just called Mortal Kombat. I can't remember which number it was in the series at the time.
Because the newest one had another Terminator, but then it had what was it?
The T-1000. Yeah,
it had Omni-Man and Homelander and Peacemaker.
Yeah, so that's Mortal Kombat 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, slightly off track.
But no, anyway. Yeah.
RoboCop.
No, RoboCop Rogue City Unfinished Business. It's a banger. It's a steal. Get it whenever you can. Easy platinum as well. Easy 100%.
I should try those games. They've been recommended.
You should.
Like, generally, the consensus is, yes, it's a little bit jank, but it's so much fun you won't care.
Oh, it's janky. It's it's line delivery is a bit pants at points with some of the NPC players and characters and stuff like that. But by God, it's just fun, and that's
what you want.
What
for the
it
game.
boils down it to this list is what gave us the most fun this year, and by God, that was Unfinished Business for me.
Gunning down hundreds of people, washing things, or by the sounds of it, killing gods via kindness.
In some elaborate pixel way, yes.
But with that ends out our year. My thanks to Turbo and Shadowfox once again for joining me through this journey.
Yes, you're very welcome.
So we'll keep doing it for as long as you want us to.
I mean, as long as we can, or as long as Radio Sega and Radio Redux will allow us to continue doing it. Of which,
Well, are we looking forward to anything coming up next year that we know of?
Resident Evil Requiem.
Yeah,
for me. I'm looking forward to that. Even though I'm not really looking forward to it, I'm interested in how they're gonna do it. Fatal Frame 2 remake. It's like the second time. But yeah, other than that,
go.
Yeah.
I'm apprehensively looking forward to Metroid Prime 4. Considering Nintendo's recent track record, I'm a little bit skeptic on it, and what I've seen so far has not been encouraging, but we'll see. Other than that, not really. I've not got anything major on my list that's been announced. There's some stuff I'm hoping comes out, but so this year I've been enjoying a lot of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and everyone is waiting for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 to come out, but they've already announced more DLC for 2, so I don't think 3 is coming out next year. Although a lot of people are suspecting this recent batch of DLC is them finishing Xenoverse 2 in prep for Xenoverse 3, because the storyline has destroyed the home place in 2, so they need to move somewhere else soon.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
I got a few more sort of like small indie ones that I've either played demos of or early access, and I'm looking forward to their future releases. Fumes is sort of feels like an RC kart racer in some kind of desolate open wasteland thing. Fatal Claw is a kind of another sort of like Hollow Knight-esque thing. Recoin, the coin pusher roguelite, sort of like the net, sort of like Balatro style, kind of like, I feel in that meh. The one that the Orcs Must Die reminded me of was the Goblin cleanup game. Where you have to clean up the dungeon before the next set of adventurers come through.
Huh.
And Timberborn, which is a beaver civilization game, which has been in early access for so long and is pretty damn
I think I played an alpha of that a long, long time ago.
What, Timberborn? Yeah, it's basically ready to... Like, in fact, they were announcing, like, at the end of last month, we're getting ready for 1.0, and I'm like, please don't come out before the end of the year. I've already got I've already got a list of things. I can't now squeeze you. Like, Mars First Logistics did that. They dropped it, like, oh god, now I've got to put you in. So yeah, but yes, I mean, so there's 5 games there. There we go. There's my 5 for next year.
I will say I'm looking forward to seeing what the Steam machine does as well.
Good point.
Of course, we know Valve will release a game alongside it because they generally do with all their machines. They're not all...
Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Half the copium.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what a lot of people are thinking. But no, to be fair, like there was like a game for both the whatever their headset was called. I don't remember what it was called. Their first one.
The Vive. Was it the Vive?
No, that was HTC's one.
No, the HTC Vive.
Index.
That was it. Valve Index.
No, that's the new one.
No, the new one's called the Vision or something. No, Portal. That's it.
Yeah, Index was original.
All right.
But yeah, that and the Steam Deck both had like custom pieces of software to like help you figure it out.
They had the Alex game, didn't they?
Oh, yes, so Index had
Half-Life Alex.
Half-Life Alex, yes. So I'm expecting something similar for that, which I'd be looking forward to. But I'm kind of interested to see how the Steam machine does in general, and depending on price, I might look at making that my dedicated gaming machine. We shall see.
Yeah, the price is the thing that they're currently tight-lipped about.
To be fair,
it's priced like a PC.
But to be fair, they literally have said because general country status of our thing, where prices are unpredictable because of some
because of events.
Well, specifically a person doing things with economy.
Yes.
Anyway, yes. I'm trying to think if there's any Nintendo games I'm looking forward to, and it's drawing a blank.
Well, you already had Metroid,
yeah,
so,
but
nothing really else.
I mean, there's a new Pokemon game that's rumored to come out next year as well. But...
Oh, yeah, true, yeah. I mean, I'm officially jaded on anything like AAA at this point, so it really has to surprise me.
There's some that I'm fine with, but yeah, I get what you mean. Anyway, but that is it from us for another year. We wish you, by the time this one goes out, it's probably already been Christmas and New Year, because this is probably getting split into 3 parts again.
Oh, yeah.
So, we wish you all the best for 2026, and we will reconvene this council at the very latest next year, though maybe a little bit sooner if we decide to do other stuff. But over that, Radio Redux will probably be back next week with more shenanigans as per usual. Any last words from you two?
Just the usual. Hope you've had a good year and hope your next one is even better.
And don't let our decisions deter you from enjoying your games, wherever you're playing.
Yeah, I mean,
this is not the be-all to end all.
No, I mean,
this is just 3 randos talking about the games that they had the money and time and
heck,
felt like
even between us, we had some disagreements on how good certain games were. High Silk Song.
yeah.
I think Crossworlds we were about level. It was just different ranking systems.
Yeah, I think Crossworlds is probably our universal best game of the year. I think if we were to put ourselves together, we would say that that's probably.
I think we all agree that we've enjoyed it. I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't think any of us have played on number 1 with the other one.
No.
But yes, thank you all and take care of yourselves. Bye bye.
Have a nice one. Bye.
This was a Last Minute Continue production. For more, please check lastminutecontinue.com.